Okay, alrighty then. Hello everybody, it's me, Hunter, and here I am back at it again with another reaction video. So you know how we did the Robot Collection 2 video, but just to let you know, I also got another fucking age restriction on the Go Anime OG video. So I had to delete it. Just fuck you, YouTube, seriously. And don't even get me started with shitty fucking... Well, I honestly kind of understand now the reason why they're not. Well, still, it's fucking trash. That shit is seriously the goddamn worst fucking content on the internet. But the reason why they're not taking it down is because it hasn't violated age restrictions or copyright claims. They haven't gotten any of that yet. That's why that shit's still on the fucking internet. I would like it to get fucking taken down, but I understand the reason why it's not happening is just because of the fact they haven't violated any YouTube's terms and services. But no, both the Stickman videos, and I still honestly think that the reason why this is happening is that the videos aren't actually violating YouTube's terms and services. It's supposedly my account is actually at risk for like someone's hacking my channel or something like that. That's probably why I'm not getting much subscribers, but that probably is not the case. But I think that's probably why. So someone's hacking my YouTube channel, but that's fine. But we are going to be reacting to my Robot Collection 2 videos. Let's go.
Okay, here's more of my robots, part 2, because we ran out of time. This guy, okay, all three of these are red, right?
But no, they're all different.
They're exactly the same, probably, right?
Well, you're wrong. None of them are the same. They're all different. They're the 3 generations of Turbo Fighters.
You're wrong. None of them are the same. They're all different. This is all 3 of the generations. That one's broken, though.
Because, like I said, his relay switch is broken.
I tried to fix them. I took them apart. His relay switch is broken. That's what's broken. So it doesn't talk. Its button. And his screens don't turn because I took them apart. He still walks and moves.
But all he says is, I am a Turbo Fighter, and after that, nothing.
And then after that, nothing.
And once again, like I said, the most common problems with Turbo Fighters is that they have the most effort put into like the light up gun and then a lot of paint and all this other stuff. But the speaker falls out. That's why the speaker kind of sounds like shit. Because it fell out. Because like I said, they fall on their backs, then it knocks out of place because they're not glued into each other.
From me taking them apart.
But they still should have done that thing where first red ones, red screens. Blue ones, blue screens. Green ones, green screens. Orange ones, orange screens. And yellow ones, yellow screens. But no, mostly it's a very common thing that Happy Kid does with their robots, is that they mostly just either makes red ones or blue ones. Or they should have done the thing where this generation, blue and green screens, second generation, red and blue screens. Like, it's actually the opposite in the UK. It's like red and, it's like red and orange instead of blue and red. And then third generation, red and blue. Like, they should have made them all stand out. But all 3 of the generations in the UK actually have orange, yellow ones. So you can't actually tell them apart, except for the first generation has the more paint and the light up gun, obviously, which they took that out from future generation, which sucks. But, yeah. But like I said, there's absolutely no way of telling first, second generation, third generation. They should have even made 3 generations of Turbo Fighter if the second gen is really just Super Fighter and the third generation Super Fighter with the 2002 sound chip in it. It's stupid, but said second generation, third generation, seriously, absolutely no fucking way of telling them apart. Unless you listen for their sound. But like I said, they lie. They tend to lie on the internet, obviously, so. Looks like when I tried getting my first ever Turbo Fighter, back in like 2021, I actually asked the seller of one of them to, obviously it's actually far sold now, or it's maybe still up there, but I tried asking them to send videos of what the sounds like, and they deleted my damn comment. They did like my Macari, but they just didn't send the video. It was either that or the seller who sold the blue one. The second generation blue one.
That's the first generation.
So like I said, it's the one that has the most effort put into it, but like I said, it was cheaply built. Obviously, like most of the newer ones are still cheaper.
That's all he does. But on Try Me, he says
because like I said, it doesn't require a relay switch.
Relay switch because he doesn't move on Try Me. It's for store display.
It's basically for store. Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But I may be getting a new relay switch because I'm getting sent a new one sometime. Oh wait, I bet I have it on the off setting. Yeah, that's why it's not going.
Yeah, because basically, first and third generation is basically, or first and second generation technically, but of Turbo Fighter specifically, basically say the exact same thing, but they just have different sound effects. And the first generation says, "I am a Turbo Fighter, radar activated," and then does the scanning noises and walks. While third generation, technically, or third generation, says, "I am a Turbo Fighter," then does walking sound effects, then does radar activate, and does the scanning sounds. But basically, the enemy alert and then the target locked shit is still the same, and it plays music, which it kind of sucks that Super Fighter does not play music. Neither of the generations of Super Fighter do not do music, because like I said, there were early Happy Kid robots, even though they were really Kid Connection, because at the time that Happy Kid they didn't do the Cybertronics line at the time, or something like that. I honestly think third generation is so much fucking better than the first gen, I swear. Obviously, the light up gun is the coolest fucking part of it.
This is the only version that has a light in its gun. The rest don't.
Which kind of sucks. But there's still a slot on the circuit board for where you can actually, but like I say, it's just bare bones. It's kind of like that orange Transformer knockoff, the Grand X Industries. The same company who made that Irkin, that black robot with the go 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 fire fire, or however it went. You know what I'm talking about. The one I made a video on my old account saying it kind of looks like Irkin logos. It really honestly does, really.
This is second generation.
But like it has a soundtrack
of an old one from the 19 or whatever.
No, because the early to the 90s was the "I am a super fighter, drop it, don't move," and then it does the laser sound effects, which is annoying as fuck. And even that one doesn't do music. But this one's from 2002.
Early 2000s. It says, "I am a super fighter, now scanning enemy detected fire," and then it does gun noises. That's all he says. This is the third generation. This one was
just discontinued. This is the last one that they
made that were just in stores a few months ago.
Because, like I said, he started seeing his Turbo Fighters in 2007. And, like I said, Turbo Fighter lasted from 2005 for 10 years. From 2005 to 2015. And now it's been 10 years, almost 20 years since they came out, which is cool.
For at least a year.
But like I say, his batteries are low. And seriously think this is seriously the fucking best generation because of how kick-ass the fucking sound effects sound. Especially the fucking music. I love it.
Enemy alert! Target locked. Destroy!
Because as you see, just because of the music and just in general, yeah, that part right there is the whole reason why I wanted it, because of how fucking kick-ass it sounds. And I finally have it. It's just, it wasn't as good as the old one I had.
Okay, like he
Which that one literally got ripped in half. Like, literally, the chest and, like, the legs and chest were all separated, because it got destroyed. Obviously, I didn't do YouTube back then, because I got terminated, but I did, but, like I said, I got terminated on, like, 2023, and now I started my new account.
Sound effects. That's the only difference, and these two have red lights, not green. And they have more of a bluish color on the other side. But they say exactly the same thing, except their sound effects. Like when they're walking.
And when they're scanning, and when they do the alarm, and then when they do the music, it has different sound effects. And like I said, it comes with torpedo or missile launchers. And it also comes with a different gun. A drill gun. Yes. Yes. Okay. It comes with a drill gun instead of a. It comes with a traditional gun, but it also comes with a drill gun that basically you spin it. And I still kind of wish, because there actually is a robot that obviously is a very common mechanic in toy industry or robot industry. That, you know how I was talking about the Astrobot, how I wish it actually fired the crystal blast. I think they should have reserved that for the Cybermech, because that's actually something that doesn't even walk, and that, you know, would make sense that it doesn't fire out anything. It would still be nice if it did, but basically you have to manually do it, and obviously it gets missing pretty easily. But yeah.
And when they do the music, they have.
Well, I'm seriously fucking regretting getting rid of my old basic robots. I was just jealous of people who had third generation ones, and I was just depressed that I didn't have
He
one.
doesn't do music. He's basically Super Fighter as Turbo Fighter.
Like it says Turbo Fighter, but they put the Super
Turbo
Fighter sound
but they
file.
put
Like
the
shit.
Super Fighter
Soundboard. Like say, I don't even know why they did that, and why did they even make 3 generations of Turbo Fighter? Because technically, it's just first and third one, the second one, or like technically there's 3 generations, but he's Super Fighter, and 2 of them are only Turbo Fighters.
I don't know.
Because like I said, it's really fucking scummy that they actually said Turbo Fighter on the box, but it's Super Fighter on the on the robot. Like I said, I'm shocked that they didn't get fucking complaints about that.
Why they did that, but they have blue ones too, of all 3 of these.
But they seriously should have done green ones and orange ones and yellow ones. Like if they ever come back, once again, it's another fucking B2 syndrome. Yay. But I'm sorry, I sound like a fucking punk piece of shit teenage person, but yay. But if they were to ever come back, obviously it's another fucking V2 syndrome, even though there was absolutely nothing fucking wrong with them. But obviously it's been 10 years since they came out, so yeah. But they're bringing back all the old robots now, so I think we'll still have a chance. But
they're all 3 of these are different.
But I wonder what it would sound like if the second generation did not have Super Fighter and was something original. Obviously, that's the reason why. They were just too lazy to make a new one. Or a new board.
Well, the motor died. Actually, the circuit board died.
Yay.
Some of the gears are lost. It could still walk and turn just like him if we get a new motor. But
and then there's Mr. Personality.
Mr. Personality, his wheels are pretty weak for the motor. I've never really seen them work as good compared to others. In fact, everything on him is pretty slow. He still moves, though.
But, and like I said, the problem with my Mr. Personality is, like I said, he has no edge detection when he's with batteries. He has tilt sensors, so he can he can detect when he falls over, but he does not have he does not have edge detection. That's a very big problem with these robots like these that have DC adapters. Even RS Media doesn't even have edge detection either. He has, like I said, he has tilt sensor from front to back, but
I usually keep him plugged in, though. His head doesn't...
Yeah, so like I said, he fell down the stairs, the bottom, that thing right there, then he drove off, and then it busted his DC motor in the arm. So like I said, it doesn't move at all, and then I ripped it off, then that's why there's tape on it. And then they never used it again.
Very fast, like it's supposed to.
I honestly kind of wish that the body, because of how annoying it is, I wish it was like disabled too.
Go all the way up. The only move
I know
like
that
this
it's trying to animate like an actual like the whole point is that it's got a cartoon like it's supposed to move like a cartoon character, like it's a cartoon robot brought to life or something like that. So they're trying to make him all like this William Shatner, like fucking every single phrase. It's like this or something like that.
And yeah, his wheels, when you try to when you control it on the remote, it makes like buzzy noises.
But no, it's normal for it. It's normal for it to do that. I don't know.
So something can't be right, and I don't think it's bad.
But no, it's normal that it does that.
It's the dog. He works, but his mouth doesn't really move like it's supposed to. And sometimes I forgot his leg makes clicky noises when it goes down. Sometimes. They're in bad condition. I don't know why.
I say he uses them a lot, but he was never that rough with them. But like I said, it's just because it's a very small house he lives in. Like I say, he's lucky to have it for the size, but so am I. But
I use them a lot, but I was never that rough with them. But the reason they break is because, look, this isn't very much room for 10 robots to walk around and stuff. This house
And then
is
this
very
Femi
small, 'cause
Sapien, which once again, like I said, the reason why I don't know if this is true or not, but I think my theory on the reason why Femi Sapien's sensors are so bad is that the reason why they're angled upwards is that while we wanted to make it to where it can detect how tall an object is. But the biggest problem is that it doesn't really back up first before she turns around. While we did not make them back up first before they turn around, so they had to get stuck even more. They could have made it to where he backs, they could have went the extra way to say back up and completely face away and then move away. But usually what they do is they back up and then they turn. But they should have made it to where, at least if they're going to make a turn, like not back up, they should have just made it completely face away from it.
I grow up and move out, I want to have a huge
So that's my theory on the reason why I think those are the IR sensors or something like that. But that's my theory on why the sensors are angled upwards like that. So she could detect how tall something is. Probably wrong, but who cares?
Robot sergeants.
And in the first generation of Turbo Fighter comes with rocket launchers. The other
And the
ones don't.
first generation of Turbo Fighter comes with rocket launchers.
Yeah, like see those little things on the side on top of where the pin is. I already told you that there was supposed to be like these little like extra pieces on those on the sides of those things above the pin where it can actually fit into the arms. Like it can actually be another weapon for a Turbo Fighter, but no, or other robots.
So he comes with more weapons.
And then it also comes with a drill gun as well.
Homer Sapien, he works perfectly. Robo Wisdom.
But like I said, when he got him, he was said he was sold as is on eBay because the power a battery, like a wire from the battery terminal or like a motor was locked up or something like that. Gears were locked up.
He works, but he came broken. He was sold as is on eBay for $60. That's a lot for something that didn't work at all. He had a wire off in his foot. You can see because it's still not closed all the way. And that his body would not turn. There was like a jammed gear.
Like I said, it was
the
a motor was
turn,
locked.
But I just
the gear was
touched
locked
it
up.
And it started spinning again. And it still works. But his leg, the gears in there are bad too. But it still moves, but it clicks when it walks. So, yeah. Femi Sapien, she works, but they go in circles, and their sensors don't really work on them. When they see obstacles, they don't really do much. It's because they don't back up.
I think Wowie did not make them to where they back up first before she turned around. They just turn and then get more stuck.
They see obstacles. Wowie did not make them back up before they turn. So they actually get stuck more sometimes, depending on what kind of obstacle they're bumping into. And her sensors are right there. That's hard for them to see.
But no, like I said, as far as the reason why it's like that is that there's one pointing, face on, like in front of her. I mean, obviously they could have put more sensors so they could see other surroundings. Like mostly they're focused on just looking forward. You know how sometimes he gets caught on an obstacle, like his arms are tend to bulge out. They kind of get caught under the these parts right here, like the little door things. If you know what I'm talking about, the little wooden carvings. I have seriously no fucking clue what to call them, but it's the light parts of that. Like Mip basically gets caught under the arms since he don't move. I know that Mip Arcade actually can get up by himself, or like he can do like somersaults or whatever, or like headstands. But that's the one thing that sold me on it, was that his arms moved. I don't know if that's true or not. And I've never had Mip Arcade. The only Mips I've had were just the original ones. White and black. I've never had any of the other colors. And I've also had both the build-up RC Mip, which is clearly just a lazy fucking attempt to say, or obviously it's a STEM educational toy, but clearly they just packaged it to where it's broken. So it's stuff they don't have to assemble. Like themselves, so you have to do it yourself, but who cares? But yeah.
Ars Media, this is my newest one that I got for Christmas. It works pretty good. It just makes squeaky noises in the legs. It goes in circles sometimes, but the SD card.
But like I said, yes, no, it's the music. Like I said, you can't put too much music on these things. You can't put yes. Okay, sorry, but Dad was just Dad just wanted to tell me something if he heard like a smoke detector chirping last night. Obviously not, because like I said, they have a 10 to 12 year lifespan, so they need to be changed again. Even though that these newer smoke detectors should not be trusted to be in a house because of how dangerous they can be.
That it doesn't work on any 3Ds. Actually, yes.
But no, it's the music. Like, so you can't put music on these things because the audio folders don't work. Like, so he has to format them. But why would he want to do that? Because he has all the personalities downloaded, and some of them he can't get back. Like I said, it's a very common problem with RS Media. All 3 generations do it. But obviously, I mean, I used to be such a fucking dork about the RS Media. I knew every single fucking thing, like, about just everything. I knew fucking everything and about them, but yeah.
No, it's the music. You can't play music on these. It's broken. I have to format them or something.
But you just have to delete a bunch of stuff in order for it to function. Like you can't, like I said, he used to upload so much shit on RS Media that it couldn't handle itself, and that's why he acts or like behaves erratically and his electronics like fucking malfunction. So you're only supposed to put like it's recommended to put like he used to put 100 songs on there, but on the 1 GB SD card, but it's only recommended to just put 10 like 10 songs on there, and that's it. But he used to put like 100 on them, and well, obviously I didn't put much songs on them, but yeah. But obviously Art Berzana or Chris made a video about that RS Media could play music. Actually, yes. But for the auxiliary cable, the line in, I said, wow, we did not think there's no place if you hook up had a like I said, his arms are not powerful or his fingers are not powerful enough. Like they're very cheaply built. Obviously, they do snap off or like they snap off like the black V2s, but they should have done black V2s, which originally they were gonna have V2s on the white and blue and black models, the prototype ones, but the final version had the fingers that he has now that break so easily. But no, Wowie did not think of a place like doing the macros where he can walk around and play music or whatever. You can still do that with the auxiliary cable, but like I said, Wowie did not think of, and you can't put it anywhere. There's no way to put your iPod and have him walk. Because, like I said, 15 seconds later, it's just going to fall off. So they didn't think about it. Obviously, Wowie's not planning on people actually doing it that way. And obviously, with the auxiliary cable, it doesn't low pitch it. It'll be in its normal quality. But it's not just music. Like, it's any auxiliary cable device. But they're expecting to use it with iPods, obviously. Even though that in 2007, or, September 18th, 2006, when the first generation RS Medias came out, or the system, the about section says, like the MP3 players were kind of dead at the time. The smartphones were coming out. Which Jordan actually thought that the RS Media was actually a touchscreen, but it's not. But it would be kind of nice if it was a touchscreen, but
I want to do that when I have all the personalities downloaded on them. And some of them I might not get back.
Which we might react to that video later, but there's going to be a bunch of songs in them that is going to give me a copyright claim, so. But obviously, it's a little pitch, so I'll be good. And then the intro of that video has like, I don't know, like a cat vomit, and it's a song that I'm probably going to get copyright claim to, so I don't want to show that off.
But none of them play music. When you go into
so you see how they're like right now? They're black. Like, that's the screen. It'll just color completely pitch black. And like I said, you have to turn them off and then turn them back on again. You can, like I said, can't even exit out. You just have to turn it off and turn it back on again. Like I said, it's fucking messed up.
The screen turns black. You can't do nothing with it. And you can't even exit out of it. Once you enter the audio folder, you're in there forever until you turn it off and then back on again. It does not let you do anything. It just turns pitch black, the screen, when you go into that audio folder.
And the white RoboSapien, which is the Christmas present of 2000, or, because like I said, once again, there's absolutely no way you can tell RoboSapien and RoboSapien X, just because it's got the stupid IR dongle, it's basically the same thing as all the other ones. Like I said, they're not putting into money into making something unique, they make the same thing over and over again, because they know that's how much money they'll make. Obviously, there hasn't really been a RoboSapien recently. Like they've made.
I just got him from eBay, and in the package I took him out, his body was snapped down. Like, you see, he's standing straight
But
now,
no, he
right?
was like this.
Well, when I took him out of the
Oh, shit.
box, he was leaning this far to the ground. With his legs straight. His legs were
Like,
like
for
that,
we
of
were
course.
touching the ground.
His body was like this, and his legs were straight touching the floor. There's 2 plastic seams on each side.
Like,
that
it
is
feels like the
snapped.
V2s were,
The plastic is
yeah,
cracked.
they had the
All I did
snapping
was
leg.
put them back on, so it's gonna snap off again sometime. I hope not, though. Probably will. Clear one. He works okay, but his motors are weak to lift his arms.
And I usually thought that the cylinder pieces that were scraping, that hold the arms in place in the plastic carving, like you see the silver things right there, the little cylinder, the circle that holds it into place so it doesn't fall off or anything. I thought that was, scraping against it, but obviously it's not. It's free flowing. If it was, then it wouldn't be able to move at all. But it's just because the arm is so top heavy to the point that they can't like lift it up all the way.
He's a little slow too, but he still works. They're all used. All these RoboSapiens are used off eBay. I just got 6 of them.
And then
Well,
he's getting
more is
another
cut.
one, which is
It's
the
gonna be-
silver one, which like so that's the bad RoboSapien. Like I said, it has like millions of fucking problems with it. Like I said, the stock photo, $50, no returns exchanges, no remote. The one that had all the burn marks, and like it's just honestly kind of like it's nice to have it in possession. Obviously, I don't know who sold them to them, but obviously they probably got a lot of shit at them, and how terrible the fucking internet is.
Tomorrow. My last one, my silver one. They're all used. All these RoboSapiens are used off eBay. I just got 6 of them. Well, one more is going to be here tomorrow. My last one, my silver one. It's not chrome silver. It's silver.
It's satin silver, or satin silver. I think that's what it is.
That same color. It's that kind of silver. I don't know if it's going to work. It's going to have lots of scratches, is what they say. A lot. But none of these are going to be in very good condition because they're all used from eBay.
And that's about it. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and bye. Bye. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Joe Big Videos. And that'll be really greatly appreciated. But anyways, bye. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.